In Japanese, it's often the smallest words that pack the biggest punch. Today we're unlocking one of the most useful ones out there, the particle mo. Seriously, mastering this one little particle is going to make your conversations sound so much more natural and connected. So let's dive right in.
Okay, picture this. You've just told someone, "Watashi wa kohi o nomimasu." I drink coffee. Easy enough. But then they ask what else you like, and you want to say, "I drink tea too." So how do you say that second part without it sounding clunky or repetitive? Well, the answer is a single magical little particle.
And that answer is this little guy right here, the particle mo, pronounced mo. And its job is super simple. It just signals that whatever you're talking about now is in the same category as what you just mentioned. It's basically your go-to word for also and too.
Now, the best part is how incredibly straightforward mo is to use. I mean it. It all boils down to just two super important rules. Once you get these two patterns in your head, you'll be using mo perfectly every single time.
So here's the game plan. Rule number one is what I call the replacement rule. This is where mo actually kicks out certain particles, like ha, ga, and o. Then there's rule number two, the addition rule, where mo is a team player. It just gets added after particles like ni, de, and he. That's it. Let's break down each one with some real examples.
All right, let's tackle rule number one, the replacement rule. This is probably the one you're going to use most often. In these cases, mo doesn't just join the sentence, it completely takes the place of another particle. Let's see which ones get the boot.
Okay, so these are the three you really want to lock in. The topic marker, wa, the subject marker, ga, and the object marker, o. If you have a noun that would normally use one of these, but you want to add that also meaning, you just toss out that original particle and slot mo right in its place. Easy.
Okay, let's see how this works in a real sentence. Let's say you just mentioned, I ate an apple. Now you want to add, I ate a banana too. Normally you'd say, banana wo tabemashita, with that object marker, o. But because we want to say too, we're going to follow our rule. We replace o with mo, and we get banana mo tabemashita. It's a clean swap, and it connects the two thoughts perfectly.
All right, let's look at another one. This time with the topic marker ha. You could say, Mary is a student, Tom is a student. But instead of that choppy repetition, we swap ha for mo in the second sentence. Mary is a student, Tom is also a student. Tomu samu gakusei desu. See how much smoother that sounds?
And one last example for this rule using the subject marker ga. You might say, inu ga imasu, there's a dog. Now, to add that there's also a cat, you just switch neko ga imasu to neko mo imasu. Again, mo just steps right in and takes over for ga. Super consistent, right?
All right, you've got the replacement rule down, so let's move on to our second big idea, the addition rule. Now in this case, mo doesn't kick anybody out. Nope, this time it's a team player. It just joins the party.
This rule is for particles that tell you things like where or how or to where something is happening. Particles like ni, de, and he. With these guys, you keep the original particle right where it is, and you just add mo right after it.
Let's look at an example. You say, I went to Tokyo. That ni particle is key. It marks your destination. So what if you also went to Osaka? Well, you don't want to lose that destination marker, right? So you keep it, and you just tack mo on right after. Osaka ni mo ikimashita. I went to Osaka too. See? We didn't replace ni, we just added to it. Let's do one more just to lock it in. I studied at home. That uses the particle de to mark the location of the action. So if you want to say you also studied at the library, you get toshokan demo benkyou shimashita. You see that pattern? The particle de stays, and mo just tags along for the ride.
Okay, this is probably the most important thing to remember from this whole explainer. It's the key to never getting confused. With any given particle, you either replace it with mo or you add mo after it. You never ever do both. It's always one or the other.
And this little chart here, it's the perfect cheat sheet. You've got the replacement rule on top, affecting wa, ga, and wo, like in our banana mo example. And on the bottom, the addition rule for particles like ni, de, and he, which gives you things like Osaka ni mo. This is all you need to remember.
Okay, theory's over. You've seen how it all works, you've got the two rules down, now it's your turn to give it a shot. Let's put this into practice.
All right, here's the scenario. Let's start with, I study English. Watashi wa eigo wo benkyou shimasu. Now, how would you add the sentence, I studied Japanese too. Think about it. Japanese is the thing you're studying. It's the object. So what particle would it normally take? And which of our two rules does that fall under? Take a second. Ready? The answer is Nihongo mo benkyou shimasu. If you got that right, awesome job! Because Japanese is the object of the verb to study, it would normally take the particle wo. And as we just learned, wo is in that first group of particles that gets completely replaced by mo. You nailed it.
And there you have it. By just remembering when to replace and when to add, you've just added a seriously powerful tool to your Japanese toolkit. You can now connect your ideas way more smoothly and honestly just sound a lot more natural. So now, go out there and try it. The next time you're practicing, listen for chances to use mo. You've got this.